Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Gayle, and this practice is about helping you to relax so that you'll have a really restful sleep, or maybe just take some of the tension out of your day. It's going to be a fairly short class, 10 or 15 minutes, and the only thing that would be helpful to have is a blanket or some kind of big towel that you can roll up for support. And let's get started by coming onto our backs and hug your knees into your chest. And take one knee in each hand and circle your knees apart from each other. And reverse the direction of the circles. Place your feet down on the floor. Lift and spread your toes. Engage your feet by pulling your big toe mound towards your heel, and lower the toes down. Curl your tailbone under and start to lift up vertebrae by vertebrae, going nice and slowly. So you can feel each vertebrae lifting off the floor one vertebrae at a time. Keep that posterior tilt of your glutes. And when you reach the apex of this lift, of this bridge pose, start to reverse and slowly lower down. And when your hips finally settle down, start to curl back up again. Nice and slow. Lifting one vertebrae at a time. Using your breath to lift you up a little bit higher. And then slowly relax as you lower down. One more time, curl the tailbone under to lift up. And squeeze your glutes a little bit to get a little higher, and slowly start to lower back onto the ground. And pick your knees up. Take your knees in your hands and guide your knees just so they rest on the outer ribs. Then reach your hands forward, grab either your feet or your ankles, and send your feet up toward the sky. Hug your knees in towards your elbows, press your elbows out into your knees, and then let everything relax. And start to rock back and forth. You might even want to rock all the way onto one side and all the way to the other side, or just rock part way back and forth. Come back to center, cross your right ankle above your left knee, and interlace your fingers either on the front of your left shin or the back of your left thigh. And start to circle around. Nice, come back to center, release your right leg, point your toes, stretch your leg toward the floor as you hug your left knee in towards your left shoulder. And bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot, coming into a half happy baby. Press up through your big toe mound. And bring your foot across your body, coming into a baby cradle. So you can hold your knee and your foot with one hand. You don't want to torque your knee, so just be careful, don't force anything. You could also hook your elbows like underneath your leg, hook your forearms underneath the leg and just a little rock back and forth. You could also hook your elbows around your foot and your knee, flexing your foot, and again, little gentle rocking motion. Release your arms, release your leg, stretch your leg up and slowly lower it all the way down. Keep pressing your low back towards the floor so you feel your core engage a little bit. And hug your knees in again. This time cross your left ankle above your right knee. Interlace your fingers on the front of your right shin or the back of your right thigh. And do some movement here. uncross your left leg. Slowly lower your leg towards the ground. Bring your right elbow to the inside of your right leg. Grab your foot, your ankle, your calf. Start to push your foot up toward the sky, coming into a half happy baby. And you can bring your foot across your body. You could just hold on to your foot with your hands. You could cradle your elbow and your ankle. That's a pretty big stretch though, so it might not be something you want to do unless you're pretty flexible or if it feels okay. Then uncross your leg, float your leg up, and slowly lower it all the way down. Bend your knees, hug your knees into your chest, rock your way up to seated, and it'll come into child's pose. So bring your big toes together, open your knees apart, and stretch your arms forward. On your next inhale, round forward to cat. And on your exhale, glide back to child's pose. Inhale, lift up and come forward. And exhale, reach back. One more time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, reach back. Inhale, back up again. Walk your hands back a little and twist over to your right, left, over to your left. Bring your left hand down and twist over to the right. One more time each side. Twist to the left. And twist to the right. Nice. Bring your right hand down. Grab a blanket or a towel or something that you can roll up into whatever size roll that you want. And place the blanket lengthwise on your mat. Sit in front of the blanket and lower down onto the blanket. Letting your head rest on the blanket, your hips are on the floor. Open your arms out to the side, and you can play with cactusing your arms, keeping the arms straight, lowering them down. Just a nice, comfortable position. Let everything relax here. Make sure that you feel very comfortable. We'll just settle in here for 10 to 20 breaths. Nice and easy, slow, relaxed. And if there's any place in your body that feels tight or tense or injured, just bring your focus there and imagine that place in your body healing, becoming more relaxed, letting go. Feel your breath fill up the whole inner body on the inhale, and that sense of relaxing and heaviness and groundedness as you let go. And just keep focusing on the breath, the movement in and out. Focus on, especially on the exhales and lengthening the exhales, letting your shoulders relax. And just a few more breaths here. Let's slowly come off our blanket. And we're just going to turn the blanket so it's perpendicular to the long edge of the mat and lie down on the blanket. And it could be either on the bottom tips of your shoulder blades or a little bit lower. And just, again, let everything relax. You could bring your feet out wider than your hips and let your knees rest in on each other. And you can play with straightening your arms, trying to keep your wrists on the floor, and then cactusing your arms. And just slowly go back and forth. Seeing how much of your arms you can keep on the floor as you move. So if the shoulders are tight, it's going to feel like your arms are coming off the floor. And notice if one side feels different than the other. And this time when your arms stretching overhead, start to lift your arms up and lower them back down by your hips, and then reach up again and over and back. And just a couple more times like that. And let the inhale lift you up and the exhale float you down. Now we'll roll to our side, again to come off the blanket, and we're just going to place the blanket underneath our hip flexors, right where the hip creases are. So lie down on the blanket and let your chest rest on the floor. You can rest your forehead on the back of your hands. And again, let everything relax and release and let go. You can let your heels flap open out to the side. Just a few more breaths here. Hands back. Sit back on your heels again. Stretch the blanket forward and rest your wrists on the blanket. Let your chest relax towards the earth. And slowly make your way back up. You can push the blanket off to the side or in front of your mat. Come back onto your backs. Bring your feet up in a 90 degree position with your arms reaching out from your side. And as you turn your knees to the right, turn your head to the left. Lower down, lower your legs down, then pull your left hip back down. And as you bring your knees up, bring your head back to center. And twist your legs to the left, turn your head to the right. We'll just do that back and forth a few more times. Maybe just one more time each side. Come back up to center. And this time, we'll twist to the right, turn your head to the left, but we'll stay here a little bit longer. Just letting everything relax and let go. Again, use your mind, your intention to heal. Knowing that your breath is so powerful, it's one of our biggest healers. And taking the time to relax helps us to rejuvenate. Now bring your left hip back down to the ground, twisting your knees to the left, turning your head to the right. And again, let everything relax. You can always prop your legs up with a blanket or a pillow if this twist feels too deep, or your shoulders floating up in the air, or your feet can't lower down. So make those little modifications. Now bring your right hip back down to the floor. Coming back onto your back, bring your feet apart from each other, wider than your hips, and let your knees rest in on each other. And then start to rub your hands to generate a little heat in the palm of your hands. And then just cup your hands and cover your eyes so that the outer edges of your hands are sealing the light out from entering your eyes. And just relax. And just enjoy the darkness and letting go. And so just stretch your arms out over your head, straighten your legs, and just flop your feet in and out. So if your hardwood floor is slippery, it's a little harder to do this. So you want to feel that your hip joints are moving with the motion. Then you could go from side to side. And then again, pressing your heels into the mat, just start to point and flex your feet so you get a little rocking motion going. And just relax. Maybe bring your arms down by your sides. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like. Thank you for joining me for this practice. I hope that you feel very relaxed, and I would love to hear a comment from you. Please share this with your friends, and see you again soon. Bye.